Remember the whole 5G buzz back in 2020 that promised the fastest internet speeds and little latency, but now it's 2024 and your mobile internet is still just as slow as it was 4 years ago. Like, why is your phone's internet not as fast as you feel it should be? Okay, I'll explain it. First things first, 1G to 5G refers to mobile network connections and speeds over the years, and the G stands for generation, as in 5G for 5th generation. I will be giving you tips on how you can improve your 5G compatible phone's internet speed, but first here's a brief history on these generations. Starting with 1G, the first generation of mobile networks. It launched back in the 1980s and the data speed was up to 2.4 kilobits per second. And an example would be the Motorola Dynatec 8000. Then we have 2G, the second generation of mobile networks. It launched in the 1990s and it enabled services like SMS, MMS, and email. The data speed was up to 64 kilobits per second. An example of a 2G device was the Nokia 5110. Then we move on to 3G, which was the third generation of mobile networks. It launched in the early 2000s and it offered higher data rates, better voice quality, and more capacity. The data speed was up to 2 megabytes per second, and an example of a 3G device would be a BlackBerry Curve or any phone that came out around that time. And then we also had 4G, which is the fourth generation of mobile networks. It launched in the early 2010s. In fact, 3G, 4G, and 5G are the more popular mobile connections, and most mobile devices are compatible with one or more of these generations. The data speed goes up to 1 gigabyte per second, and an example of a 4G device could probably be whatever device you're using right now. Anything from the iPhone 5, the Samsung Galaxy S, the HTC Evo, etc. And finally, we've got 5G, the fifth and the latest generation of mobile networks. That launched in around 2020, and it delivers ultra-high data rates, low latency, and massive connectivity. The data speed can reach up to 20 gigabytes per second, and an example of a 5G phone is anything since the Samsung Galaxy S10, the iPhone 12, or any phones that dropped around 2020-ish. So why is it that if you have a 5G compatible phone, like an iPhone 13 for example, but you're still not getting fast internet? The truth is, your phone may be 5G compatible, but you may not be connected to a 5G network. And this could be for various reasons, like number one, sometimes your phone may switch automatically to the 4G or 3G depending on the network coverage and the signal strength. Number two, you also could be getting patchy 5G signal. So 5G uses higher frequencies than that of 4G, which means it can carry more data, but it also has a much shorter range than 4G. So it more easily gets blocked by various obstacles, and you may experience slower or inconsistent speeds if you are far from a 5G tower, or there are many buildings, trees, or other interferences between you and that 5G tower. Third, you may not be in an area that is covered by 5G connectivity. So you want to check online for your internet service provider's coverage maps to see which areas have 5G coverage. And then finally, some mobile networks may impose speed caps, which will throttle your 5G plans unless you pay extra for unlimited or faster data. And you can also check with your service provider or the terms and conditions and compare the different plans that service providers provide to find the best one that suits your needs. And just like that, we now understand what the different mobile network connection speed generations are, especially 5G, and we also have some insight into why your 5G compatible phone may not be giving you 5G connection speeds. If you enjoy tech content and want some more tips and tricks on how to optimize your phone experience, then follow 8th Avenue and I'll explain it.